Welcome back, everybody. I just wanted to kind of give you guys the the quick show of my progress um, on on the bug. So right now, I already got the rear and almost all of the channel off on this side, and I've already gotten all of the driver's side channel completely removed off. So I'm in the process right now of just removing that front one off, but I should have kind of made like a quick video um, of how I was able to take that off. But you can see right here, like, this is mainly how it was attached, because it's all attached right here, like from the factory factory welds and stuff that they had on it. And then plus the backing, it's all pretty mangled up, but these were pretty in bad shape anyways. So I am just almost about completing this part, and then the next part is I'll probably start cleaning up all the areas all the way around. And then once that's all said and done, I got a good piece of some firewall, the front firewall. I could use like that piece right there and that piece right there, just those sides, to kind of reinforce everything else that might have gotten sort of, and I'll just point my finger at it, where it kind of got basically rotted away, and on that corner right there where it got rotted away. And then once those are done, then it's all said and done, then I'm gonna go ahead and I'll have to have my dad and I, because it just, it takes like two people to lift this body up, and we gotta like move it around, and then finally we can put it onto the chassis, and then now I can able to start welding all the areas where it was originally like factory welded on. Wasn't too crazy at all on the like the inner sides, but most likely everything's gonna be welded here. It's just all gonna be welded the way it was originally on the car. So right now what I'm doing, I have my heater wise, because obviously since these are aftermarket, these are not going to fit up the way they are as the originals are, because they just basically laid into place. And so I pretty much, and I don't know, maybe I can try to do it. Maybe I can try to fabricate and make those look like the way these are shaped, because they only pretty much, it's kind of cut out from a notch, and then they just kind of sit into place. So maybe I can do that. I can do it that way. That might actually work versus what I'm trying to do with that other side over there. I was trying to crimp him, trying to fit him into place, and I could probably just do exactly what they did there, and not have to go through the whole trouble, and it will just lay into place just as is. That might actually work. That might actually work. Yeah, definitely might work. Um, so that's another good idea that I just had came across. So I definitely will copy off of that. I'll definitely copy off of this notch right here that was factory, originally factory, and then they'll easy just lay into place versus what I was just trying to do there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to notch out a little bit here and there, off of here and there, cut, and then they'll have to just lay into place. Awesome. So that's my other idea there. Just doing that, cutting it. Because, like I said, some of this stuff is aftermarket. You're gonna have to do a little bit of customization, and so that's what I'm gonna have to do. So, I could just go ahead and get that ready. Yeah. So, anyways, that's where I'm in the process right now, in the game plan. Um, I think it would be more easier if I had a GoPro. I could be able to like have the hold the camera and stuff so you can see what I'm doing, guys. But um, tell you what, let me just get this going. All right, so of it's like stuff on it. It'll work. It'll still work. Just need to knock off some of this stuff. That way it fits itself into place. So I can just do a little tack right there. There we go. Alright then. And then I'll probably just do that side too as well over here. Yeah, and I'm trying to have it sit like that, but it just, I like to just at least have them sit the way they used to sit. So I'll bring the cutting wheel over here. well, that's I'd say that's a wrap on that. Just a little quick modification there. That way, these, when they sit in there, they can just like sit and they can just rest into the thing, and then they're more easily to be removed, you know. But they're never going to be removed. They're just going to be kind of resting in there the way they were, and they were just tack welded a little bit here, and then that's about it. Not too much of that stuff. So, anyways, I'd say that's a wrap on that. That is a good old wrap. Just wanted to do that before I even set everything on there. Try to make everything original as I can of how everything fit. How everything else like fitted on there. So, that way they at least have a good seal and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's a wrap there, guys. Alright, so anyways, I just wanted to knock that out. Now it's ready to go. And I'll probably definitely call it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video of that little quick, just my little quick restoration there, customization. I just wanted to cut these so they fit, so my Ys, they can fit up properly, just exactly how the originals fit. And then pretty much that's basically a wrap on that. But then I'll probably continue on tomorrow, getting the rest of that heater channel that's on the passenger side front taken care of and wrapped up. But yeah, it's just a slow process though, and it's kind of taking me a little bit here and there to get it all ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, and hope you guys enjoyed this video of just a little quick incisions and stuff that I had to do on these rear heater channels, because if I didn't thought about that at first, I was like, oh shoot, like nothing would probably fit up. So I'd rather just do it like that, and then once I slide those back in and we put the body back down on there, I should be able to have these slide right on in, like, you know, with ease, and then I can just tack weld them in. Just put a little tack weld on them, because they're just there, you know, just to apply heat and stuff. So I'd rather have them fixed before going any further on that part. I think that was the last thing I probably was thinking about, because I was like, yeah, if I didn't do those, yeah, like I said, it wouldn't have, I don't think anything would have worked. So yeah, alrighty, well, that's it for today on this video, guys. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you thought that that was a pretty ingenious idea that I thought of, because like I said, I would never have I was always thinking about what the heck I was going to do with those end pieces, and how are they going to fit up, but they now fit up quite nicely. So alright, well, I'll give this a wrap, and I will catch you guys all on the flip side on the next video. Alrighty.